Good afternoon. My name is Benny Thompson, and we're here at 707 Youngs Lane, the old Pagoda of Medicine, now known as the Dudley Foundation Building. And today we're here to interview Eddie and Carolyn Williams. Would you state and spell your names for me, please?
My name is Carolyn Williams, and that's Carolyn.
My name is Edward, Edward. Some call me Eddie, Eddie, and this is my wife.
So glad you guys could be here today.
Thank you, Ben.
Okay, yeah. So where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Macon, Georgia,
Oh, wow, okay.
and we lived there until we moved here to Nashville.
I was born in Akron, Ohio, state of the Ohio State University, national football champions now. And I'm gonna let that rest right there because I know I got some Mississippi people here too.
So I guess you guys, you met here in Nashville?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, indeed.
okay.
Yes, indeed.
And when did you join Riverside? Did you join before you got married, after you got married? How did that work out?
We met before we got married, and we did get married at the church in Riverside.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just out of nursing school.
Mm-hmm.
And prior to that, while I was in 12th grade at Pearl High, I would work in Central Sterile under Mrs. Grace McDonald.
Grace McDonald.
Yeah,
Wow.
every day after work, I would go home, which was right down the walkway, and put on my uniform and go and take care of the cleaning, the wrapping of the instruments.
The instruments. So what brought you to Riverside Church? Or, yeah,
To Riverside, my mother came here as a patient, and she really enjoyed her stay here. And she said she thought she wanted to work here and be able to work at the hospital with the church. So that's how we got here started.
yeah, that's the amazing thing about Riverside, that black people, Adventists and non-Adventists from all over the country
Oh, yeah.
came here for the services at Riverside Hospital. Black doctors, black dietitians, everybody.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Benny, man, this church over here was probably the most powerful little church I've ever seen, nor have I seen one equal to it. Since then, do you know how many doctors came out of that church? How many nurses? That nursing school. She taught at the nursing school as well.
Oh, wow, okay,
And
okay.
was director of nursing at the hospital for a while, as
That's-
well as being over
Yeah.
the OR.
That's the only reason I wanted to talk to you guys, because the history is just so rich, and both of you guys experienced that. Who was the pastor when you came to Riverside?
I think it was Elder Pascal.
Okay.
That's who it was.
What does your memory say?
Yeah, that's going to be the question.
It was, I think it was Elder Butler, because I was here before she was.
LeCount Butler.
Yeah, LeCount Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, because he was the chaplain at the hospital at one time.
yes, he was.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
correct.
yeah, that's right.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
But I remember Elder Pascal as being the one. I mean, he was at the conference office.
Okay.
And he was the one that married us. Now, because because he married us,
That's so
that might have made her think he was over the whole thing. The whole church,
Yeah, yeah.
half the conference.
Do you happen to remember who any of the church officers were at the time? Any other people you met? You remember?
Yeah. You want to answer that? Or you?
I can't recall.
Okay.
Right now.
Yeah. Well, you had Ann Simons, powerful lady.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She was the wife of N.G. Simons, who was the administrator of the hospital. This man here he was a powerful. This man was a great guy. He ran that hospital. he ran the houses, all of the houses that were on the campus up and down, because it was a whole community of houses. And he, don't get me started on him, because he was a powerful man. He even started a few other, like Haynes Gardens and a lot of other things that he did.
Do you remember Thelma Johnson? I think she was the treasurer at the time.
Yes, she was.
Man, I worked under that lady.
Really?
She was a wonderful woman, but she would make us stay in there until every penny had been counted.
Yeah.
And she said, "Well, Ed, sometimes a penny will hide $100.
Wow.
I remember she said that. That was our girl, though.
Wow.
That was our girl. She was.
And she was the office manager for Dr. Denton here at
That's right.
Pagoda.
That's right. She was the office manager here. So many connections. It was like there was a whole little universe within this little area here.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
And
Yeah.
there were a lot of opportunities that we were able to take advantage of by working one with the other.
Did you guys hold any positions in the church?
My favorite position when I first came here was the cradle roll and the kindergarten.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I love that. That was, and I always like to do the 13th Sabbath programs.
13 Sabbath. Have mercy. When was the
Yeah.
last time I heard that?
Yeah, we would prepare for that with the children, and the parents were very cooperative. And one reason why I went there, because I wanted my kids to grow up learning about the Lord, and for me to teach them in kindergarten and at church, I knew then what they knew. So that started me with the kindergarten and the cradle rolls.
I mean, if you wanted to see a show, Benny, be there on 13th Sabbaths when your kids came up. Because eventually you were over the whole downstairs, weren't you? And man, that was the greatest show on earth.
Wow. And what I always loved about Riverside, there was always a lot of kids. There were a
Yeah.
lot of young families, no matter when you went to Riverside. Always a lot of young families and a lot of kids at church, and because their parents brought them to church with them.
Yeah. And I tell you what else, it was always a loving community. We came from Macon. And I'll never forget, I came up with my mother for the first time to look into housing and her getting employment. And it was a Friday afternoon, and I could see the young people going to the church. And I said, wonder why they going over there, because I would look out the hospital window. And they had a program called Power Hour. So one of the families that I will never forget are the Gators. I met them, and they came over and said, come on, go over to the Power Hour with me. Cora and Buford and Paul.
Wow.
And I said, okay. They were singing to the top of their lungs. The song service was good. And that drove me to want to be a part of the young people at church.
So we sang at the Power Hour,
Yeah.
but we also had preaching assignments. So one of the, and I guess next to N.G. Simons, probably I think the next greatest guy here was a guy by the name of John Pitts.
Pitts. I've heard that name.
Used to call him Johnny Pitts. He took young people under his arm. We would have socials at his house on Saturday night. He took us in. He was head of the choir leader. He taught us how to sing. Taught me how to direct.
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
I mean, literally, he did. And I worked with him here. And then I also worked with him in Colorado Springs. But he was the man who brought us young people together and inspired us.
It sounds like those were some significant events for you in your lives, in your experience.
And not only in ours, but every person that is in that Riverside church that's still alive, that was a young person at that time, can testify to that.
Yeah. What significance do you think Riverside has played in this whole community, in Nashville, in South Central Conference of the Seventh-day Adventists, and for the World Church? What do you think Riverside has contributed to this whole Adventist experience? Not just for us here in Nashville, but I think it has more of a reach than that.
I think Riverside, I think it was like a church that everybody kind of looked up to. I don't know whether it's because it was here where the conference headquarters is, and we always had the president, which now we got to be talking about great people. I gotta remember Dr. Dudley, whose place we're in right now. Man, one of the greatest presidents, and I would say the greatest. And he supported and loved gospel music. He was the supporter of the New World Singers, and he would have us come different places where there were meetings, and he got our foot through the door in places where they did not want gospel music to be sung.
Yeah.
He was that was father of Benita. She's one of the girls that
So why was gospel music? Why was gospel music so important? You know, I came to Nashville, I think, in 1974.
Yeah.
And I remember when being around the New World Singers and having that experience. And you seem to be so enthralled and so excited about it. What about gospel music, man?
Benny, man, I'm sorry you asked that question. Y'all ain't got enough tape. y'all ain't got enough tape to roll this. But I'm gonna try to make it short.
Okay.
I came here out of Oakwood, and I was my mother wanted me to spend at least 1 year at Oakwood in the dormitory, but I was in the academy, and I had to leave Oakwood, Benny, because they would eat at 5 o'clock. And in my house, we didn't eat till about 7, 8 o'clock. I don't know when y'all ate, but yeah. And listen, by 8 or 9 o'clock, we were so hungry, we felt like the prodigal child. And one of my good friends, as a matter of fact, we talked about Elder Pascal, his son, I'll tell you a little bit about that too.
Michael.
Yeah, he was our best man at the wedding. But boy, Michael, and he's a pastor now up in Kentucky. You would have never believed that. So one night he got so hungry until he went down to the dairy and slayed a rabbit. Now we know this was unclean meat, but he brought it up to the dormitory and put it in a hot plate and put a little mazola oil, a little vegetable oil under it. And when he started cooking that rabbit, people from all over Peterson Hall at Oakwood started to gather at his door and laid prostrate. Give us of this meat. So I could tell you more about some of that, but you don't want to hear that.
So what year did you start the New World Singers? What year was that?
Well, after he came here, I had gone to, and you asked me about gospel music, so let me at least hit on that. I'm sorry. But anyway, the fact of it is that I was in college, and I graduated from college, but not yet. They drafted me into the military out of college. Long story short,
this is during the Vietnam era.
And that's where I was.
Wow.
I was with the 101st Airborne Division, and we were up on Hamburger Hill, and some people have seen that movie. And Platoon, I understand, was based off of us because we had a rough time over there. And I remember the day that my mother used to send me Eleanor Wright songs. And man, it stirred
from the blend, right?
It stirred my spirit, man.
Wow.
And it kept me. I don't know, it kept me inspired. The worst battle, and this is how I got into the gospel music. We were up on that Hamburger Hill, and then I never heard so many people call medic because I was a combat medic. And when the fighting was over, I had medevaced so many people out, and I looked to get a drink of water from my canteen, and when I turned it up, it was empty. And a bullet or a piece of shrapnel had missed me by that close.
Wow.
In my canteen.
Wow.
So I went to get a drink from my other one, and it too was empty. A piece of shrapnel or bullet had missed me on both sides as far. And I promised the Lord that day, I said, whatever it is, and I get a little teary, whatever it is that you need me to do,
Have mercy.
I will do that. So we came back here, and we started New World Singers. My brother-in-law, Johnny Nelson,
I remember Johnny.
he was a
Beautiful
member
voice.
He was a member of the Wright family up there, and he kind of kept his foot in on me to say, hey man, we got to start a group. We got to start some singers. Just so I did that, and that's how New World Singers began. But why we did gospel music was because we had been singing all the time in the choir.
Yeah.
And what happened was that we were singing all these anthems. We didn't know what they meant half the time. El Yivne Agalil and Aspo Dipo Milui. And they invited us out to the Jewish church to sing that, and we sung it for them, and they loved it. But there was other songs, and about that same time, Edwin Hawkins came out, and he came out with "Oh Happy Day" and "Let Us Go to the House of the Lord" and all that kind of stuff like that, and it inspired us, man. And we started off singing that, and therefore, the words, the music, the ministry of that music. We started singing, instead of Aspo Depo Miller, we started singing He'll Be to You, just what you let him be. I'm determined to go through with the Lord's despised few. Man, I'm telling you the truth. It inspired us. And let me cut off, because that I could go on with that. Let me cut off right there, man, because it just inspired us.
What are some of the faith lessons that you learned at Riverside that you've been able to take with you wherever you went?
I think as a nurse, I graduated from Kettering,
Oh, okay.
and I came back here. Speaking of Elder Simons, let me interject this here. I was working in Central Sierra, and my desire was to become a nurse. And I talked about wanting to be a nurse or whatever. One day they said, Elder Simons wants to see you in his office. Well, you know, the administrator called you down to the office, and you didn't have to go through the director of government. I said, okay. He said, and you know how he used to talk, Madam, I heard you want to be a nurse. And I said, I really do. Let's talk about it. If we sent you to nursing school, all I ask is you come back and get 2 years of service at the hospital.
Riverside.
And that's how I got the education that I longed for so long as a child, because my mother's sister was a nurse. And I always wanted to wear a white uniform and a hat.
And you went to where?
I went to Kettering.
The Kettering.
Kettering.
Yeah. And that's, speaking of gospel music, I got to love it even more because at Kettering, I went to Germantown, the church,
Where the Blinn
where the Blinn were, and
Wow.
Aunt Ellen and all of them. And I fell in love with the music more and more because that's what we had there at the church.
Amen.
Wow. I love it. I love it. It's just so many connections there.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you had to tell somebody about the history of Riverside, and what would you tell them? How would you try to explain to them what happened at Riverside, what it meant to you, and what it still means to people today, what would you say?
Benny, it's so much that I can say about having come to Riverside. And my mother, we didn't want to leave Macon because we didn't know what else to do but be in Macon. But once I came here, I got to, the Lord blessed me to get an education. And then
And your mother got an education.
yeah, my mom became a nurse. My sister Ardeen
Mine did too.
became a nurse. His mother's a nurse.
Wow.
From Riverside.
And now Shelley, my daughter, is a nurse.
So it's a generational thing.
It's a generational thing,
Yeah,
man.
and we all love to help people.
It's a generational thing. You're
And
right.
that's what medicine and nursing has been to me.
Wow. Because you worked in this office with Dr. Denton, or did you work with Dr. Dixon?
I work with both.
With both of them?
Yeah, Keita Taylor and
Yeah, Keita. Wow.
some of them. Philippa McGee and I work quotes on Dr. Dixon's side. But we would cover for each other if we needed to. Yeah, this is old home. This is old home.
Now, one thing I do want to say to you, Ben, when we talk about Riverside, because you were asking what it meant, it meant it was so multifaceted. And we have wonderful other churches around
Oh,
as
yeah,
well
absolutely.
that were, you know, but we're focusing on Riverside because of this anniversary thing. And so what happened was that so many young people were just instrumental in doing this and doing that. And everything from the ministry in the pulpit all the way down to Sabbath school, all the way down to sports. And I gotta say
Forgot
this,
about the sports. You
Oh,
had
I
a
gotta
great
say this.
basketball
They
team.
did. Yeah, they did.
I was blessed to be a part of the basketball team. And when I coached, I lost the first game they played. And not another game did we lose for 6 years.
Wow. Wow.
And then even when I moved over to New Life and Billy Simons took over things here as the coach, they went on to win a national championship all the way up in New York, as I recall. And so everything was just percolating, man.
Right. Right.
Everything was on fire, and it was from that little strong church
Right there.
right over there.
Right.
A lot of people walked out on us when we sung our gospel music, but there were a lot of them who supported us
Yeah.
even more so.
Yeah.
And that's why we thank the people from back there all the way to now
Right.
that support us.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you guys taking the time to come and speak with
Sure.
us. And the last thing is family. To me, Riverside
Yep,
That's right.
was and still is about
Okay.
family.
that's right.
No matter how big the church got or how small it was,
Yeah.
it was family.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, man. And your family was a big part of the success of this society right here,
Yeah.
in this community. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, man. Now we're not gonna let it slide. You were at a big gospel area too.
Well, yeah. Back
My
in the
boy-
day,
My boy Randolph
Voices of Faith down in Mississippi.
Randolph Watts.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when we signed, New World was the first black gospel group, Adventist, to sign a national contract. And we had records that went from New York to California. But that opened doors for a lot of other people who were as deserving as us. One of them was First Church down in Huntsville, Murphy. Murphy was the director there. And Randolph Watson and this mighty group, man.
Yeah.
100-voice choir.
Did you sing in the choir?
Voices of Faith, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I
Voices of
sang with
Faith.
them I started with them when I was in college.
Really?
Yeah.
Sang with them when
Yeah.
I was in college. Yeah.
And he's still doing it. And my daughter was asking me, she said, about these other groups that had signed contracts back then. And I told her, well, the Voices of Faith was a 100-voice choir, and I know we're talking about Riverside, so I won't be long. 100-voice choir, that when they sang, they would rock the building. They would lift, man. I loved them.
Yeah.
And when I would go to see them down in camp meeting, I would put my daughter, my oldest daughter, we used to carry her in a little box from the hospital. We put her down by the stage, under the stage. And I told her she slept through all of that volume of music.
Yeah.
And she still loves it to this day.
Well, again, thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
And
Thank
continue
you.
the good work you're doing
Amen.
with the history of Riverside. It means a lot. It means a lot. And if it had not been there, and without the Lord impressing my mother to move here,
Yeah.
she wanted us to get an education. And she felt that Riverside, being in Nashville, would do the job.
That's the one thing I've noticed about people coming to Riverside. It was not happenstance for anyone. It wasn't a coincidence.
Exactly.
People had a desire to come here, to be in this atmosphere, to be in this area,
Yeah.
to learn and grow. Whatever was going on here, it attracted very good people, very strong people, people who were willing to do the work.
Yeah.
That's right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Ed and Carolyn, I want to really thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time out of your busy schedules to come and have this discussion about Riverside as we celebrate the 80th year of Riverside
Yes.
Church.
Good years.
And you look at this, the school, F.H. Jenkins, you look at the hospital, the nursing school and everything. That's 300 years of service to the North Nashville community.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
And you guys were an integral part of that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We thank you.
And we thank you for what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
because you're doing a great work here with this historical society and
Really.
with the Dudley Foundation and all of the things that you're doing. Thank you for that, because you were back there with us. You were a soldier of the cross. Yeah, you came out of Jackson, but you got that Nashville.
Yeah.
You know.
I became a Nashville. I became
Yes,
a
sir.
Riverside. I'm still a
Yes,
Riverside
yes,
member.
sir. Yes, sir. I feel you, boy. I feel
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
All right.
much.
All right.